Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another board game unboxing. This is one of the games from our big order that we received. We're trying to decide whether or not to do just the game or the game and its expansion. So I think what we're going to do is, since there's a lot of material in the expansion, is we're just going to do separate videos for the base game, which this is, and the expansion, which you can see in the left corner over there of Houses of Renaissance. So this is Lorenzo Il Magnifico. It's by CMON Games, or CMON, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it CMON, and it's by Virgino Gili and Flaminan Brazzini with Simon Luciani. So Simon Luciani, we're familiar with, who did Grand Austria Hotel and Marco Polo, was collaborators on that. So this is another fine game in the top, I believe it's still in the top 100. Grand Austria Hotel is, I know that, and Marco Polo is, and I think this one is just inside of the top 100. If not, it's just out of the top 100. But it's a fine work replacement game, somewhat of a dice selection game, although you share a common die, which you'll see, three common die with others, and the dies are like your family workers or family members, and you place them in towers to obtain certain cards. But we'll get into that as we open it up. So without further ado, it's based on a real historical character, and Italian, of course. So without further ado, let's check it out. So, all right, so this is Lorenzo Il Magnifico, and we'll try to get a little closer here. So you can see it's from ages 14 and above, 2 to 4 players, and I believe it's 60 to 90 minutes. So originally published by Cranio Creations, now published by both CMON and Cranio. So let's check it out here. So Lorenzo Il Magnifico is a complex and strategic game with no dependence on luck, which is one thing that we like. Players have their family members, those are your the die pretty much, in different areas of the city to perform actions, but these family members are never the same, as they change with every round. Those are the die values. They will conquer new territories, sponsor magnificent buildings, encourage brave ventures, and surround themselves with important characters. They are smart and powerful, and if they are smart and powerful enough, they can attract some of the most renowned contemporary celebrities and use their powers. So that's basically what it is, a work replacement game. As you can see, the game board in the center is a bunch of towers, and those are the player boards in front there. So let's check it out. So here's the top of the box there, and the sides, very nice artwork. All right, so here is the rule book as usual on top, and those are the towers that you're going to be selecting four cards from. So it's six rounds pretty much, two rounds per era, I think it is, and after every era there'll be Vatican cards, faith cards that you'll try to meet certain objectives, and if you don't, you could be penalized. So these are just the different components in it. So you have your player board, These are your family members right here, the different pawns in your player colors for the, as you can see, they have the stickers on top for the, which correspond to certain dies. Your resources, which is wood, stone, and servants, also gold. Covering tiles for a two-player game, which certain action spaces aren't usable in a two-player game. Development cards, so right there, those are the cards that go in the towers of each of the 4 different areas. These are the ones that go inside the Vatican. They call them excommunication tiles. So if you don't meet the faith requirements, then you'll serve some penalties there, being excommunicated. Then there are other different things. Leader cards here unlock certain abilities once you reach them, certain conditions. So there you go. All right, so here's the game setup right here. So the player board, the main board, what goes in the towers and what everything means. So there you go. All right, so first is the round setup. Then it's the different actions that you can take. And then it's your towers for development cards you can get. The cards, the territories, what different iconography means. Your buildings, what they mean. The characters in the game, which are blue colored. The buildings are yellow colored. And then purple are your different ventures you can go on. And there's one other color, which is green, which I think is your, territories right there. Those are the green ones. So 4 different kinds of cards in the base game. Rules for placing a family member. Different requirements and everything. And then your harvest and production area. Activating permanent effects, the market, and the council palace, so different other areas of the marketplace and places you can go to other than buying the cards. Vatican Report, this is going to occur every 2 rounds, and you're going to have either 3, 4, or 5 faith points per period, which is every 2 rounds, 1, 2, or 3 respectively, so that it's periods, not eras. Means the same thing though. And then after the Vatican Report is the end of the round. What occurs then? End of game and final scoring and the thanks. So just a 12-page rule book, so nothing, pretty basic. What the different leader cards do, how to activate them. If you chose to, you don't have to use the leader cards, but they do add, a little more asymmetric gameplay to it, if you can reach those. And that's pretty much it. So that's what it means. So the Cranio Creations edition there, and then the this is being the CMON edition, which is right there. Okay, and that's it for that. Now here are what the leader cards mean. So this is a very comprehensive explanation, requirements you need, and your once per round abilities or your permanent abilities you can get, so that different leaders do different things. I'll just show you those cards when we unpack those cards. And in the back is the excommunication tiles, the Vatican stuff, which you need faith for. And this is what happens if you don't reach the faith levels. You'll serve some kind of penalty here. And the cross basically is for you put a cube there if you don't make it, so to mark that you didn't meet that requirement, so you'll be penalized in a certain way for that. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 21 different tiles for that. So lots of variability as far as that goes. It looks like some good quality components here. So these are the ones that cover the areas in the 2-player game, looks like. I'll show you some of these. These are the ones that when you go to produce, you'll place this next to it, so you get a certain amount of resources. Not the thickest components, but not too bad quality. It's okay. Then you have your coins on here, it looks like. These are the coins, the yellow coins. And these are some of the Vatican tiles, or excommunication tiles, I should say. So there's that. And then more stuff that covers the spaces in the two-player game, as well as some more excommunication tiles here. It's a little learning curve to learning the iconography, but once you do, it's not too bad. So that's pretty much it for the punch-outs there. And then I think they made Knights Around the Table did a kind of a comment on this player board here, because this has a interestingly enough, it's a punch-out player board. It's kind of interesting. But don't know exactly why it needs to be a punch-out, but it does require, I guess, a bigger cost. Oh, I see. These things punch out in the corner here, so maybe there's a reason for that. I think that's why. Yeah, I think there's a reason, because the those little things I showed you earlier, the little add-ons to the side have a little triangle, the indentation there, so that's probably, they probably did it for that reasoning. I'll show you the back-to-backs. Very nice artwork. So this will be for the blue player. And then these are where the cards go. So your yellow cards will go up top. So you have your different constructions and production actions, yellow or green cards. And you have to have a certain amount of military strength. That's that number right here, in order to, and that's how many victory points you get for each of those levels. So you need a certain military strength to get past your second card, and so forth. And then on the bottom is just storage for your resources and everything. And then how many victory points you get per card of a different set of, I think, for the blue character, for the character cards, which are basically, I think, one-time abilities. You can go up on a tower, you can increase your die rolls, that kind of stuff. And then the purple cards right here for your adventures and everything. And these are all pretty much the same. I won't punch these out, but this is for the red player. For the yellow player, upside down, of course, but these sides are all the same. And then finally for your green player, so it's like those are your four colors. And here is the main board. So this is a long, tall, thin board, not tall board. Yeah. So very nice backing. Really cool artwork on the back. It's almost better artwork on the back than on the front. That's your artwork there. And then if you put it forward right here, I'll show you what this looks like. So you can flatten it out. You need to flatten it out a little bit. But I'll show you what that looks like. So that is the top part there. There's your towers. And the bottom part of your board with different rook replacement spots. So there you go. So very tall, thin board, tall, long board. All right, and we'll show you the rest of the stuff that's inside. Just your stickers here that are going to go on the top of your these tall cylinders right here. So if you got a green one, right here. And then you're going to get, I think, 4 of those. You're going to get one with, it's going to have an orange sticker, one a black sticker, and then a white sticker. Those are the colored die. And then the 0 worker is your basic worker that doesn't have any, you'll have to add servants to, purple servants to increase and get in the towers. So it doesn't have a color, because only one, you can only have one of your colored workers in a tower. So you could have your neutral worker there, a 0, and like either a black, a white, or an orange, but you couldn't have like an orange and a black in each tower. You still have to pay if you had a neutral worker in there and you wanted to place a colored worker in there, or vice versa, you would have to give, I think, 3 coins to the bank or something in order to do that. And I think you have to give 3 coins to the bank. I believe it's to the bank if another player is in that tower already. So, yeah. So these are just different stickers for that. And then you got your resources here. This is your stone, it looks like. That's what the stone looks like. And then your wood is kind of interesting. The wood looks like little Pac-Man. Little Pac-Man pieces. But that's the wood. Kind of interesting choice there. And then just regular player discs for the victory points and the Vatican towers and stuff like that. So, and then you have your purple, which are your servants kind of thing, which you have to add to increase your die rolls. Looks like it's got a little chip in that guy in the leg there, but most of them look like they're alright. Yeah, so a bag of that and all the colors, and then I'll show you the die in here. These are some of the biggest die I think I've ever seen. Big, nice, chunky. I wish more games had die like these, but nice, big, chunky die, which represent your different color workers, like I described earlier, the orange, the white, and the black. So they will change from round to round. This is interesting. So you have to look at small little baggies. So normally I'm used to the big baggies in here, but there's a bunch of these small baggies. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 of these small baggies. So interesting choice there. I thought they'd be bigger, but they're not. And then 2 other things in here. These are your character cards, which are optional to play with. So in this card right here, you have to you have to have 5 purple cards, and then it unlocks a production. You can do a production value, I think, round once per round. That's kind of an important one to get because, especially in a 2-player game, because in a 2-player game, only one person can get that construction or production thing per round. So if you have your own personal one, only you could do that. So I'll show you the rest of the cards here. All right, let's show you these. So these will definitely be sleeving. They're not no linen finish or anything on these. But this one, like I said, gives you the 1 production action per round. This one, I think, allows you to place, I think, any character, probably character of any color in a tower. Something like that. And then this one, if you go in a tower, you don't have to pay the 3 fee if there's somebody else in it already. 3 coin fee. This is one of your workers can be a 6. And then this gives you a faith, probably around. And then this gives you extra resources, extra wood, coin, and a stone. That's very valuable there. But you have to reach a 12 military strength for that. So there's different objectives you need to reach before you do that. In the back, some look like this right here. And this again gives you, if you had 10 stone, you get a one-time thing. Well, 1 time per round of 3 coins. It gives you a favor once you reach 15 servants. And just a different effects for each one of these. So a whole bunch of these. You know, the expansion adds even more. This one is a really nice one. This one adds 2 to each of your die values. So no matter what you get, yeah, it adds 2 to it. That can be very nice. But you have to reach 6 cards. I think you have to have 2 colors of 6 cards. Like you could have 3 blue and 3. I think they have to be equal too. So I think it has to be 3 blue and 3 purple, or 3 green and 3 yellow, or something like that. So this means you need to reach a faith level of 3 and a military strength of 7, and you get an extra worker, it looks like. So just different things. This one gives you all workers of 5, which kind of stinks if you roll a 6, but other than that, can be pretty beneficial, and you only have to have a 2 in each one of these of all 4 cards there. So there's different effects they have once you reach them. So it gives you kind of a goal and a focus. All right, and then the last thing, which is the meat of the game. These are going to be the cards which go in the towers. And I believe there's, I want to say there's 16, no, 4, 8, so I think there's 24 of each color. So that would be 4 in each tower, 6 rounds, so that's 24. And they are the same 24. So let's just see, or just count one of the stacks here, but I think I'm pretty sure there's 24. It feels like 24. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so it's the same 24. They come out in a different order, so order is important in these. But you'll see the same 24 every game. They do have an expansion. I think they add a 5th tower, and the 5th tower consists of equal amounts of each one of the 4 colors. So while each one of the towers can only have a certain color in this game, the 5th tower in the expansion will add a combination of different colors in there. So it gives you more of a chance to get some of those areas there. This one, so this one right here gives you a production value of 1, I think it is, and when you produce, and it gives you a coin every time you produce with a die roll of 1. This one you need to have at least a die roll of 2, and I think it costs, it's an ongoing effect, it gives you a wood every time. I think it might cost you a wood to buy or something like that too. So it's different things. This one you have to have a production value of 3, 4, so forth, but they get better though. So this one you have to have a, when you produce, you got to roll at least a die of 6 or mitigate it somehow with these servants here to make it a 6, and then you'll get, you have to have, I think you have to pay 2 military and 1 worker for it, but servant, but you get a faith and a stone every time you activate it. So some nice benefits on these for the production. These are all the production cards. So yeah, it's just different cards here. Yeah, I think actually these might be an immediate effect you get. That's what they are. So the lightning bolt right here means these are immediate effects. So you don't have to pay, these are just immediate effects. And then these are, every time you produce, you get this effect. So some nice bonuses. Some of them don't have immediate effects. This one will give you 4 coins immediately. And then every time you produce with, you get a coin, a stone, and 2 wood. But you have to have a value of 6. So some good stuff here. So these are the green cards. They go in the green tower, which is the first tower. Second tower is the yellow tower. And these right here are a different production tower here. These are the technology wheels. I can't remember exactly what this is called, but it'll give you an immediate 5 victory points, and then every time you use this, the yellow construction area, whatever it's called, production area, construction, production, something like that, gives you a coin for every yellow card that you have. This is a coin for every green, coin for every purple, coin for every blue. So this one allows you to convert resources from wood to coins, and from stone to coins, and from coins to buy faith, coins to buy favors, different things. This one, every 3 coins, it gives you 2 wood and 2 stone. So some resource conversion stuff. Why would that? That's what this is. There you go. So all right, yep. So there's different ones for these. 9 victory points. That's pretty good. This one gives you some faith for either wood or stone. All right, there you go. And then your blue, which I think are your characters. Let's see here. And these are the blue ones, which are your characters, which give you bonuses. This gives you an immediately 3 military strength, and then adds 2 to every time you go into your die. Every time you go into the green tower, this one adds to it every time. And I think you have to pay either a stone or a wood to get it, the benefit of this, but every time you go into the yellow tower. This one's a similar one, you gotta pay a coin. Every time you go into the blue tower, you get a +2 die there. And I think these might be benefits that you get, or these might be actually be the ones you have to pay. I think you have to pay an extra 2 depending upon where it is in the tower, and then it gives you an immediate bonus of a favor, and then it adds 2 to every die that's in the purple tower every time you go into that. This one gives you a production value of 2 increase every time you produce. This one for the other technology one. This one gives you an some immediate effect. I think every die is either a 5 or 6, something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but they're all explained, I believe, in the book. Or if they're not, there's an BGG, Vanguard Geek, you can get it. So it gives you +3 every time you produce, +3 every time you use technology. Gives you 3 faith. Gives you some favors and whatnot. So victory points for every card type of a certain color you have. Some nice little benefits here. Okay, I think there's one more tower that I think we have to talk about. And those are the purple towers, the adventurers. Okay, and this one, these are endgame scoring ones, I think, some of them. So this will give you 4 victory points at the end of the game, gives you immediately a 5 increase of 5 military strength, but it costs, I think you have to have at least, you give up 4 coins. This one you have to give up some resources, and you get 1 faith, and you get 5 victory points at the end. Yeah, so these all mean end game scoring when you have the arrow and the little line right there. So different benefits, end game scoring, and some resources and whatnot, faith ones. So there you go. Alright, not sure if we got through all of them, but we got through most of them. If not, let's go through a few more of them just to show you. I think we did that one, yeah. So there you go. So that's pretty much it. That is Lorenzo Il Magnifico, a nice work replacement game. Again, around the top 100 for BGG. Definitely looking forward to this. So join us in the next video, which should be coming out soon, which we're going to do the expansion for Lorenzo Il Magnifico called Houses of Renaissance, which you can see in the corner over there. We'll do that one next. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next board game unboxing. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.